Hi, Jim Urban here. Welcome to Saturday Spotlight. I'm here with Tim Allons, and we're going to be talking today about what he does. But before I get into that, how many of you have heard of the show, the popular show, Home Improvement? Do you remember Tim Allen, the actor in Home Improvement? Very popular show in the 90s. Well, this is Tim Allons. Not the real one, but this is Tim. And he actually has a business here, and it's called Tool Time, which is a phenomenal name because that relates to Tim Allen on the show. So welcome, Tim, to Saturday Spotlight today. Tell us exactly what you do as a handyman.
I do all kinds of home repairs and plumbing work, electrical work, tile, any kind of rough-in, if you need a rough in the basement, hooking up lights, installing new lights, repairing toilets or sinks, faucets, fencing, if you need fencing done, painting, any kind of touch-up or anything that you need, repairs on walls or
Yard work.
yard work.
You do yard work as well, don't you?
Is your yard getting overgrown? Do you need some pruning and some trimming done? Does your yard need sprucing up? Call Tim Allons before you put your home on the market. Or even if you just need some work done.
Toilet repairs, you can do some drippy sinks or faucets. If you got some drippy faucets, you can have those fixed. You can actually do ceramic tile,
Yep.
right? You can do that. Like you said, you could do yard work. You could replace a hot water heater if a hot water heater goes out. You can get that done.
Time for a new hot water heater? Maybe two?
Tim Allons. So some minor plumbing, some minor electrical things you can get done. So what's really unique about Tim, though, is he does beyond the house. So tell us a little bit about the automotive. What kind of work do you do on the automotive side of it?
I can do repairs, maintenance, auto body, and painting on them. And I work out of my house. I've got a garage there that I work in, and I can do pretty much anything you need done on the autos or automotive too. So.
Right. So you got this big detached garage in your house,
Yeah.
and you do that work there. I think that's beyond the average handyman.
Yeah.
Does auto and home. That's pretty good. Why don't you let them know how we met? How did we meet?
We were selling our house about 15 years ago, and Jim was the guy that came over, and he sold it for us, and then we bought a few other homes.
Why don't you tell us what makes you different than your typical handyman? What makes you different?
Knowledge of different systems in the houses, plumbing, electrical.
Because Tim Allons is your man, there's a reason you need him on your team.
So how did you gain all this knowledge?
Mainly owning a house and working on the house a lot.
It's out of necessity in a way.
Yeah.
I mean, you did a lot of your own repairs on your own home for a lot of years.
Yep.
Plus, what business were you in?
I was in the plumbing heating business, sales, doing that.
And then how did you learn the experience of your automotive on the car side?
I've always loved to work on anything mechanical, cars or bikes or anything like that.
I think all of us have a little passion for cars, don't we? And the bicycle or bike that he was talking about was a motorbike.
What areas of town do you service?
Probably anything within an hour and a half of Denver.
That covers quite a bit then, because if you're in Denver, and if you cover within an hour and a half of Denver, that means that you can actually go like way out to maybe even Fort Collins or Longmont. You could go on the south, you could go all the way to the Springs or so. And in the mountains, you could go all the way up to like Evergreen, or maybe even up into Dillon or the Summit County area.
Yeah.
And you could, on the east, you could go all the way out in the plains, like you could go out into Bennett and Elizabeth and a lot of those areas. But most of your business is in Denver, but you can go out.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. What can you do to help someone who is getting ready to put their home on the market? Because in my business, I work with a lot of people who, they're getting ready to put their home on the market, and some of these people may be watching this right now, wondering, okay, well, what can your handyman Jim do for me to help me get my home ready? What are some of the things you can do?
Give them advice on what needs to be done and what doesn't need to be done
Yeah.
to get their home ready and make it more appealing to people.
I can give him my advice, and certainly you as a professional handyman can give your advice on what to get done and what not to get done.
Yeah.
And I just want to say a couple things here about Tim, because over some time now, Tim has been doing some great service for my clients. And I just want to say that every time I speak to my clients, they say great things about Tim and the work he does. So I certainly want to endorse him. You need some work done around your house? You need some painting done?
Do you dread getting the old paintbrush out, the ladder, and the rollers? Call Tim Allons for your handyman service now.
You need some handyman work? You got some drippy faucet?
Don't put your home on the market with a drippy sink. Let Tim Allons, the tool man, take care of you before you list your home.
You got a tub fixed, maybe you need a sink replaced. Whatever you need done, Tim can almost do everything. It's amazing all the things this is the kind of handyman you want when you want handyman work done. Someone who has the knowledge and who's not afraid to tackle anything. And you even do fence work too, don't you?
Yeah.
You can do repair and put up a new fence.
Put a new fencing.
If you have a home like that needs some fence repair, that would be a great idea to get something like that done before you actually put your home on the market. So Tim, I just want to thank you for meeting here today. And what would be the best way someone could get a hold of you? What would be the best way?
My cell phone, it's 303-495-8644.
So thanks so much for coming
Thank
over
you.
and doing this. Appreciate it. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.